This is a Sony A6300 and a series of Canon lenses. Those who've made the jump from Canon to Sony already know of at least two options for adapting their existing glass to their new body, namely the ridiculously expensive Metabones adapter and everything else. And this is one of everything else. This is the Commlite EF-NEX adapter, and while it is a lower priced option, it actually competes favorably with the Metabones adapter. At the same time, it does have a number of issues. For one, it doesn't tend to like lenses that are older than 2008, so my old 50mm 1.4 simply doesn't work. And also, you can't upgrade the firmware to handle new lenses. And you might think, well, then you're stuck with the Metabones adapter, but really the Metabones adapter has a lot of the same issues. While it is upgradable, it just doesn't have a wide range of lens support. So, Sigma has released the MC-11 mount converter to support Sigma lenses that have been designed for Canon. And at $250, it falls right between the Metabones and lower priced options. It's also the only adapter that will give you a full range of autofocus functions, including continuous autofocus in video mode. Officially, however, it only supports Sigma lenses, so the question remains, what else works? And that's what we're going to find out. Opening the box, you have the adapter and you have a USB cable. This is for updating the firmware. You simply connect it to your computer, download a firmware update, and it will update the adapter. There is a database, I'm told, inside the adapter that remembers all of the different lens combinations, at least for the Sigmas. It's possible that they can put in Canon lenses if they choose to officially support them in the future. You'll also notice that there is no tripod mount, as there is on the Commlite. There is also no mounting hole for one. So let's get to the testing and see what this thing can do. We'll start with the old 50mm 1.4, which we already know does not work on the Commlite. So as you can see, while it can focus, it's it's very difficult. All right, let's see how the Sigma does. Ooh. At least within the range of the 50 mils capability. Wow, it's fast, it's accurate. That is pretty impressive. This is a lens I thought I was going to have to get rid of, and I really didn't want to because I actually do like my 50. Yeah, that's quite good. Let's see, are we in continuous autofocus? Nope, we're in single shot mode. Let's move into continuous autofocus and see how well it does there. Well, it's definitely keeping up. Unfortunately, you know, the 50mm, this is an old lens. Ooh, now we've got it hunting. Well, the 50mm is a very old lens. I don't expect it to be perfect, but certainly it's a lot better than it is on the Commlite, and that speaks very well of this Sigma adapter. So let's try our Tokina 11-17. Now I've already played with the Commlite a lot, and what I do know is that the 11-17, it will work most of the time, but every now and then you'll get into a mode where it will stop responding to the adapter. So I'll see if I can make that happen. Okay, let me go back into single shoot mode. Now. So you see, once it focuses at infinity, it can no longer focus closer. Nothing. Oh wow. Now with the Sigma adapter, the Tokina does not work at all. It is completely manual. Notice it is in AF mode. I will turn the camera off and back on one more time just to make sure. Yeah, it doesn't detect that at all. And I'm not surprised. I mean, Sigma and Tokina and Tamron have been in competition, stiff competition, for many, many years. So I would not be at all surprised if this wasn't an intentional move by Sigma to make their lenses more attractive. With its 55 to 250, I'm going to have to go for a bit of a longer target, so we'll go to the window. And you can see that it sort of crawls into focus. And of course this is a darker situation, so I can understand that it's hunting a bit. But even on the best case scenarios, it's not fast. So interestingly, I cannot put the Sigma adapter onto the Canon 55 to 250 lens. It simply does not go. You know, here's the white point, there's the red point, and unfortunately they don't. There is no. I'm not sure exactly what's holding it up, but somehow. Somehow I'm assuming the Sigma mount is it's not standard in some way, and simply does not allow the 55 to 250 to be mounted to it. Interesting. All right, so let's try the 24mm IS USM on the Commlite adapter. Okay, not the fastest focusing, but at least it is focusing and it is accurate. Let's try it on the Sigma. Wow, that's a lot faster. Now with the 40mm STM lens, all right, so on the Commlite, the 40mm STM lens, it will autofocus and it's pretty quick. Now it may even be a little bit faster on the Sigma. So there you have it. It's a mixed bag all the way around. If you go with the Commlite, your focus on Canon lenses is a bit slow, doesn't support the 50mm at all. It actually supports the 40mm STM quite well. Tokina, if you focus at infinity, it will lose the ability to autofocus. For the Sigma, The Canon support is actually extremely good and even supports the 50mm 1.4. However, you can't mount the 55 to 250 onto the adapter for some unknown reason, and the Tokina is simply not recognized at all. So the question remains, do you spend 70 bucks for the Commlite? Do you spend 250 bucks for the Sigma? And it largely depends on the exact lenses in your kit. But at least it's good to know that for Canon folks who are moving to Sony, you're not completely out in the woods. There is a way to adapt most of your lenses to your new Sony body. And with that, I'll see you next time.